Hello, my lovelies. I hope you're all well. This is a reading for Cancerians for the month of March 2019. I hope you are well and that you're really looking after yourselves, because there might be some of you out there who are feeling rather vulnerable and sensitive, because we have this huge transformative energy visiting the planet, which is going to shake absolutely everybody up. And because you are a lovely water sign and sentimental, sensitive to atmospheres, sensitive to harsh people, the energy that's coming in might knock you for six. So if you are prepared for this onslaught, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, on the 6th of March, 6th of this month, a great big outer planet called Uranus is changing signs. So it's moving out of the sign of Aries into the sign of Taurus. So it takes about 7 years to visit each planet. So when there is a change like this, it can be overwhelming for some people. So it's moving out of a fire energy, Aries, into earth energy, which is Taurus. And because some of you, I feel, have been doing a lot of work on yourselves over the last 7 years, not just self-development, but maybe going a bit deeper and delving into old patterns and ancestral energies and such like, what's coming in for you is going to shake up your belief system and enable you to see very clearly what it is you've been carrying for other people. And you might have a great big screech to a halt and say, oh my goodness, look what I've been doing for everybody else for all this time. And maybe not just the last 7 years, maybe for quite a long time in your lives. And you may have allowed others to use you as a doormat, or being treated like a servant. So with this lovely new boost to your energies, it's very transformational, and it may make you feel that you don't recognize yourself anymore. And maybe others around you will say, you're not who I thought you were. Well, no, you're not. And when we let go of those masks and costumes and outfits that we wear to please others, then you stand in all your glory. And it might take a little while for you to recognize who you truly are. So this year and this month of March is about recognizing yourself, your inner self, and how that needs to come out and really, really shine. It's a trait sometimes with the lovely Cancers. They're so soft and so squishy inside that they do take on other people's problems and issues and try to fix them. But it's being able to come to that conclusion that it isn't your job to do that. The only job to do in your life is to fix yourself. And so letting go of all of this old scenery and old, I'm being shown like a dressing room in a theatre, and there's the mirror with all the lights around it, and all the pancake makeup and lipstick and false eyelashes and all that sort of stuff, and trunks full of costumes and paste jewellery and all of that illusion, really. And so you sitting there in front of the mirror, taking off this makeup, removing the wig, removing the false eyelashes and maybe the moustache, and opening the lid of the trunk and tossing all of this stuff into it. And then with Uranus showing up, moving signs. It's such a dramatic change. I see, it's like somebody knocking on the door of the dressing room and saying, I have a telegram for you. I have a message for you, which you're not expecting at all. And so you go to open the door and this message is handed to you. And when you open it, it really, really shocks your socks off, because it says you are invited to play a totally different part in a totally different place. And this part that you're going to be playing will reveal who you truly are. So it could actually be that somebody delivers a message to you physically, offering you a part to play in another area of your life, and it's so totally different to what you have been doing. So it could be an offer of work, it could be an offer of literally a big change of scene. So when you're preparing for a new role on the stage of life, you're having to have a look at the script. But in this case, there isn't a script, because you are going to be writing the scenes and the acts yourself. But because this offer is coming to you, it is completely life-changing. And so further down the line, you can look back and think, wow, where did that come from? And you might think, oh, it came out of the blue. But no, you've been preparing for this role for a very, very long time. And perhaps not just in this lifetime, perhaps in other lifetimes, or lives between lives, parallel universes. You have the talents, you have the skills and the abilities. And when you put it all together now, for this new role, boy, you're going to shine. And it is about time, because I feel for some of you, you've been waiting. I know these are all cliches, sorry. You've been waiting in the wings to step out into the limelight. And that light is the light that is within you. It's the divine light. So if it's just been a teeny weeny spark up until now, it's going to blaze. You're going to blaze a trail. And for some of you, there will be recognition and reward because you shine your light so brightly. So if there are some of you who've always wanted to tread the boards, who've always wanted to be on a stage, take that leap. Do that now. If you feel, well, no, I don't really want to do it that way, there are lots and lots of other avenues that are opening up for you all. And I would say for you, don't shy away. Don't shy away from these opportunities that are coming along, because they are totally, totally life-changing. And you're not on your own. You're being supported by your higher aspect, by your soul, by the universe, infinite mind. And it's a bit like when you come to Earth into a physical body, the memories of our previous existences are very dimmed. But this Uranus in Taurus will now shine a very, very bright light into those parts of you that would do very well when they are brought together with who you are now. So don't doubt that you can do this new task, take on this new role, wear this new outfit, this new costume, and shine your light as brightly as you possibly can. I also get the sense that lots and lots of new people will be showing up in your life. So if you have been tempted to go and join a group of like-minded folks, to join a class, or just find out about something that you've had a little bit of an interest in, because when that flame is turned up, you really will be cooking with gas, and you may find that you're so enthusiastic about researching, learning, embracing a new group of people, and finding out how they look at life. And that can turn your world around. Also, there may be some of you who feel the urge to teach. So if you've gleaned lots of knowledge and wisdom over the years, you may feel, oh, it's time to share that now. You don't necessarily have to have a qualification or have gone to university, but just something that you've experienced, that you've learned from. It might be time for you to let some other people know about that. And when we have a little idea popped into our mind, sometimes we can dismiss it and say, oh, that's never going to come and get anywhere, is it? But if it keeps knocking at the door and you keep hearing it, say somebody else mentions it, or you see a program on television and that issue comes up, then that again might be another little nudge from the universe to say, pay attention to this, because you came into this lifetime to be of service to others, and because of the experiences that you've had, and because of how you coped with it and you learned from it, now's the time to be able to share that with other people. So it can come under a very broad umbrella of healing or service to the community. But whatever it is, it will find its way to you. And there will be people within that situation who can assist you. If you need training, there'll be training available. If you need support or encouragement, that will be available to you also. So I've chosen some lovely oracle cards for you for the month of March, but I do get the sense that this reading is timeless. So yes, things are really cracking up a notch. But this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of it. So something might have been bubbling under the surface for quite a long time, but this is the start of it. And all of the assistance that you need is coming in now to really give you that push forward. So, as I say, don't shy away. Don't turn your back on it. For a lot of people, it can push you out of your comfort zone. But that's the thrill of it. That's the excitement of it. And you may feel when you meet up with these different groups of people, they may feel equally out of comfort. Well, I've not done anything like this before. I'm so glad you're here. You know, we can experience this together. So it can be a group experience. And you may have had a certain part of it, and they may have had a certain part of it. But when you put it all together, wow, you're going to be able to help an awful lot of people. So the cards that have come up for you, this is a little angel card, transformation. So it's an energy of transformation for you to transform yourself, your whole being, your whole way of living, your possibly where you live, and coming out of your little shell, but also how you can transform other people's lives. And I get the sense that there will be conversations with people. It's like you might hear other people talking, but you hear what they're saying, and that will be the universe confirming to you, yes, you're on the right track. This is where you're meant to be headed. Okay? So when we change ourselves, others around us change. We can't force other people to change or point your finger and say, you must do this or you must do that. When we take on a new role and we learn the lines and we practice, 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 our energy changes and our vibration changes. And so those of a lower vibration won't enter. They won't come into your territory again. And those of the higher vibration that you're now working with, you will attract in a very different sort of people. And I feel that you've needed support for a very long time, and that some of you might have shut yourselves away, like the little crab does from time to time, hibernates and, oh, nobody's going to miss me. Nobody will miss me if I'm not there. But you miss you. Your higher self misses you, and your life purpose really starts to formulate in your mind. And then all these little things start to come in and fit together, and the right people come in, and it all starts to fit together. And you can look back on it and say, do you know, I'm so glad I took this opportunity. It's really changed my life, and I've managed to change other people's lives as well. So, for example, it could be that you're very good at raising money for charities and such like. And not only raising funds, but you might feel like you would want to be part of an adventure to go, say, to another country where those funds are used to help dig wells, to help feed those who haven't got enough to eat, etc., etc. And from that, you're going to meet so many other like-minded people. And also, it's about your heart opening up. So when we give to others freely, willingly, and lovingly, we're working at a very different level. So it's from the field of the heart. And the rewards that you will get will be to do with fulfillment and long-term success. And it's not necessarily just about making money or having that prestige. Because you're a sensitive little water sign, it's having that feeling of, yes, I'm doing what I came here to do. And then out of that comes all sorts of rewards. And as I say, not just necessarily monetarily. So then the self-mastery card, humility. Now this is an interesting word. When we have, it's not being a martyr, it's not sacrifice or that sort of thing. This is more to do with when you come from the field of the heart rather than from the ego. And this confirms what I've just told you. It says, I am the actor who is unmasked. I see that the reality is that my gifts and talents aren't mine. I hold them in trust for the benefit of the world. As a master, I no longer need to prove myself. So when we own that mastership, and that's aligning ourselves with our higher aspect, with our soul, with universe, whatever name you want to put on it, and you are standing there naked in a way, you're working from a very different energy. And when we do unmask ourselves and don't play that old role anymore, and recognize that everything that's been given to us, we hold in for the benefit of the world. And you don't need to prove anything. So it's not keeping up with the Joneses. It's just keeping up with your higher self. Now, as I said, because of this huge change of energies coming in and you feeling maybe vulnerable and sensitive, this lovely Ascended Master card has shown up. Now, this is El Mariah, and he was a very interesting gentleman from a royal family in Kashmir in the 1800s. So we can call upon El Mariah and Archangel Michael to cleanse and shield our energies. So this is a beautiful depiction of this man. So it's not necessarily wearing armour, it's more of how we naturally take on energies from other people around us. And if you are a sensitive soul, you can do it without even noticing. But you might find that when you get home you feel very tired, you feel maybe a bit low or depressed, and if you look closely it isn't yours, it's not your energy. You've maybe spent some time with others who were a bit low and you've cheered them up, but as you've left you've taken all their low vibrational energy and brought it home with you. So when we call upon El Mariah and Archangel Michael, and you need to do it every day, maybe twice a day, is to ask both of them, please cleanse and shield my energies. So you imagine that you have this beautiful, beautiful bubble of blue energy around you. And anything that you've taken on from anybody else is now washed clean. It's like standing in a rain shower and it just washes off you and goes down the drain. And sometimes you can prepare if you're going out, you've had an appointment or you're going to meet some people, prepare yourself before you go and say, please be with me, El Mariah and Archangel Michael, when I meet these people, and please shield my energies from anything that is negative or untoward. And you will feel very different when you arrive at wherever it is you're going. And people may even notice that you look different. And that's because you are really in your power and you're not prepared to give it away to anybody. And also you're not prepared to take on anybody else's old garbage. Now I've chosen an animal card for you, and these are Native American medicine cards, and this is beautiful, it's the raven. So the raven energy is about magic, and because of these extraordinary energies affecting Mother Earth, a lot of you may be opening up to the magic within yourself. So it's not, the stage magician, it's not that. It's more of the ability to manifest and make things happen. So one of the other things we've got going on throughout most of March is Mercury going retrograde. So the planet of communication is going backwards for 3 weeks. And this can sometimes cause confusion, delays, messages getting misconstrued, misunderstood, people misunderstanding each other. And one aspect of Mercury is known as Loki, L-O-K-I, Loki, and he's the trickster. So he likes to play tricks on people. He likes to, he's a practical joker, and he likes to mess with people's heads. So if you've had anything like that around you, just be aware that you have Raven energy with you throughout March. And so you can spot a charlatan a mile off. You can spot someone who is full of it a mile off. If somebody tries sweet talking you, or your ears will just, and your senses will just say, this doesn't feel right. It's not that it doesn't sound right, that's one thing, but if it doesn't feel right, then that can be Loki, the energy of Loki. And when Mercury goes retrograde, it is a chance for us to go over stuff again, to revisit certain things. So if you've carried a pattern in the past of being fooled by others, or allowing others to fool you, okay, and maybe some of you have been fooled into parting with money from a get-rich-quick scheme, or somebody who says they're down on their luck, who gives you the sob story. I came across someone many years ago, and the lies that he spun, and he fooled an awful lot of people. But when you lie, you have to be have a good memory, and this guy didn't. He didn't have a very good memory, because he fed these lies to lots and lots of people. And he said one thing to me, which I was able to check up on. And when I discovered that he was lying, then I told everyone else he'd been lying to, and we caught him out. But by that time he vanished, he disappeared. So use the magic that you have within you, which is all of your senses, and that ability just to know if someone's stringing you along, if something seems too good to be true, and if someone shows up in your life that looks all bright and shiny and makes your heart beat a little bit faster, and you think, no, this is too good to be true, when it might be. So as we move through the Mercury retrograde period, and you might hear alarm bells ringing, oh my goodness, I've been down this road before, oh my goodness, and it took me a long time to recover from that one. So pay attention to the red flags, to the alarm bells. If it doesn't feel right, then walk away from it. And also call in El Morale and Archangel Michael. So with the little raven card, here we are. It says, open yourself to miracles, use new eyes, believe in magic, and embrace life's wonders. So although I said there might be people who were trying to pull the wool over your eyes, there are also miracles in the works, and wonders coming into your life. So when you use new eyes, so it's the third eye as well, and that ability just to know when these things show up, looking at them with new eyes, when it feels absolutely right, then embrace it. Because as I said earlier on, the time is right for you to have some major changes in your life that are for the best, for the better. And also to acknowledge that for something new to come in, perhaps something old has to leave. And that something old might be a habit, a belief, a way of doing things that you hadn't even considered you could change or let go of. So be prepared for this big shake-up. It's like lightning bolts coming out of the sky. And it will illuminate things, so you'll be able to see things very, very clearly. And you might have been giving someone the benefit of the doubt for a very long time. and suddenly you see them in a true light, and it might not be very pretty. You might also have someone else you see in a true light and realize what an amazing person they are and how precious they are to you, and how you might not have paid enough attention to them, but the time is right for you to take this relationship in a very different direction. And it's like all of the things will move out of your way that have barred that in this past 7 years. So if there have been delays, if there have been obstacles, if there have been innumerable reasons for the two of you not quite getting there, the time is coming now where all of that negative stuff moves out the way, and then there's this lovely coming together and forming a relationship like you've not had before. I also get the sense that for some of you it will be an aha moment, and one or both of you can be past life partners, and there's that recognition, that moment of, oh my goodness, I never thought of you like that. I didn't see you before. So if you've seen Avatar, lovely movie, I see you. So it's that soul recognition and a realization that, oh, okay, I'm at a point now in my life where I need to be with you, you need to be with me, and whatever it is we both came here to do, we do it together. So we'll finish with a well-being card from Esther and Jerry Hicks. So I've shuffled them and laid them out, so I should choose one for you guys. Lovely. There's a bit of a funny shaped horse there, trotting along in a field, and it says, "First I seek joy, and all else follows." Now, horse energy is our personal power, and we give it away. We give it away to other people. We give it to our kids. We give it to our bosses. We give it to our loved ones, and then we wonder why we feel powerless. So this is a very self-assured horse. So if there's been joy lacking in your life, this is about seeking that. So it's clearing the decks, clearing away all the other stuff around you that's sort of stuck to you like Velcro. So rip that off and throw it away. Seek joy, and then all else follows. So you only have to do that one thing, is to seek it. Since your feeling of joy is your indication of your connection with your source, once you have achieved joy, you have achieved connection with your source. And under these circumstances, all that is good follows. So sometimes we feel we have to dash around doing all sorts of things to find joy and happiness in our lives, when actually it is within us. So by just tapping into that inner joy, everything else is going to show up for you. So I do hope that's been of some help to you, my lovelies. I do want you to be gentle with yourselves, lots of self-care. Put a do not disturb sign around your heart if there are people who want a piece of you and they're just taking and they're not giving back. Call upon these wonderful masters to assist you and help you. Archangel Michael can be anywhere at any time, and he has the most exquisitely blue cloak. It's like midnight blue. So sometimes if you see that colour out of the corner of your eye, you know it's him. And also the cloak is lined with gold, which is the colour of angels. So I wish you well for March. It's going to be a humdinger. It'll shift you to places, as I say, might feel a bit uncomfortable. Boy, it's going to be good. The final outcome is going to be astonishing, amazing. So I leave it there, my lovelies, and I'll see you next month. Bye.